Hi guys, we're standing right here in the heart of Venice and this coffee cost us 12 euros. Don't make the same mistake we did. We spent 5 days exploring Venice, including the main islands, Murano and Burano, as well as hotels, restaurants, transportation, and all the hidden costs that can quickly add up. In this video, we'll show you exactly what everything costs you can plan your trip and avoid paying 3 times as much as necessary. We'll break this video into several sections, starting with hotels. This was our hotel, located just a few minutes from Venice Santa Lucia train station and close to the Vaporetto stop station. One thing you quickly discover is that hotels in Venice aren't cheap, but the room price is only part of the story. The real challenge is getting from the airport or train station to your hotel. Before booking, always check in the hotel's location on map, see if there is a Vaporetto stop nearby, because otherwise you may end up paying for expensive water taxi or dragging your luggage across bridges and narrow streets. In Venice, choosing the right location can save you both time and surprising amount of money. On this map you can see the Grand Canal running through the city. On the left side are the train station and the main bus terminal, which is where many visitors arrive. When searching for a hotel, don't just look at the price. Think about how you're going to get there with your luggage. On our first visit to Venice, we booked a hotel that looked great online, but it was far from the Grand Canal and the nearest Vaporetto stop. We ended up dragging our suitcases across bridges and narrow streets for nearly a mile. Trust me, that's not how you want to start your vacation.
So you need to prepare yourself. When you get here with children or with a lot of luggage, you're gonna have to carry it for a mile, maybe 2.
On our second visit, we chose a hotel close to the train station and Vaporetto stop. Getting there was much easier and it saved us both time and energy. And here another tip, don't spend a fortune on your hotel room. Venice is one of those destinations where you will spend most of the day exploring the canal, islands, restaurant and attraction. A convenient location is usually far more important than a luxury room you barely use. One of the biggest mistakes tourists make is eating or even grabbing a coffee right next to the city's most famous attraction. The closer you are to the major tourist spot, the higher the prices tend to be. To show you what we mean, we visited 2 cafes located less than 800 feet apart. At one place, we paid 38 € for a coffee and dessert, while just a short walk away, the prices were much lower.
Are you willing to pay any amount of money? Depends on the spot.
Another thing to watch out for is the Vaporetto, a cover charge that many restaurants add to for bread, table service and seating. It can easily add 2 to 5 € per person to your bill. Some places will ask what you like to drink before you even open the menu, so always check the prices first. Also be careful of restaurants with staff standing outside trying to pull customers in. In our experience, the best places usually don't need to convince people to enter. They rely on a good food and repeat customer instead. If you're on a budget, try cicchetti, Venice version of tapas. They are a great way to sample local food without spending a fortune.
You know what I want? I want a cicchetti.
Yeah, I want to say cicchetti. I know, something scratched me and say cicchetti. No, I thought you were going to say
You know what it is? It's a tapas, an Italian tapas. Okay, it's all kind of different toppings on a bread with different and you know what we can combine it with? You can combine it with Aperol Spritz, which is like classic Italian, everybody will know, but there is something new. A limoncello spritz.
What about chicken with fries or something like that? You know what I mean?
No, that's it's not the Italian way. Here we're doing the Italian way.
And remember, a cafe standing at the bar can cost a fraction of the price you would pay sitting on the table, especially near St. Mark's Square. As general rule, expect to spend around 55 € for a meal for 2 at mid-range restaurant. One cost that many visitors forget to include in their budget is Venice tourist tax. This tax is charged through the entire year and applies to anyone staying overnight in hotel or apartment. You're usually paying directly to your accommodation when you check in or check out. The amount depends on your type of accommodation you're staying in, but it can add several euros per person per night to your trip. While it may not sound like much for a couple staying for several nights, it can add up quickly. So when you're comparing hotel prices in Venice, don't just look at the room rate, make sure to check whether the tourist tax is included because it could affect your final budget more than you expected. One of the most popular experiences in Venice is riding a gondola.
90 euro,
90 euro? Yes, 25, 30 minutes. It's possible pay me now? Thank you.
But before you spend 90 euro or more, there is something else you should know about. It's called a traghetto. A traghetto is a traditional Venetian gondola used as a ferry to cross the Grand Canal at location without nearby bridge. The ride is short, usually just a couple of minutes, but it gives you the chance to experience riding in a real gondola for only a few euros. So what's the difference? A gondola ride is a private sighting experience through Venice Canal, while a traghetto is simply a practical way to cross the Grand Canal. If Venice is a once-in-a-lifetime trip, a gondola ride may be worth it, but if you're traveling on a budget, the Traghetto is fun and an expensive alternative that lets you experience a piece of Venetian history without breaking the bank. Let's talk about the Vaporetto, Venice water bus system, and one mistake that can cost you a lot of money. A single Vaporetto ticket costs €9.50 and it's valid for just 75 minutes. At first that might not sound too bad, but the costs add up quickly. If you plan to visit Murano and Burano, or simply explore different parts of Venice, you likely take several rides every day. After just 3 rides, you already spend more than the cost of 24 hours pass. A 24 hours Vaporetto pass costs around €25 and give you unlimited rides on most water buses through Venice and the surrounding islands. Our advice is simple. Don't buy a single ticket. Instead, purchase passes for the entire duration of your stay in Venice. Not only you will save money, but you also have the freedom to opt on and off the Vaporetto whenever you want without worrying about the cost of every ride. How do you get from Venice Marco Polo Airport to your hotel? This is one of the first decisions you need to make, and there are 3 main options. The cheapest is the airport bus. A ticket costs around €10 and takes you to Piazza Roma, Venice main bus terminal. From there you can either walk to your hotel or continue by Vaporetto. The second option is the airport water bus service. Tickets cost around €18 one way, and it's a great choice if your hotel is near a water bus stop. The journey takes longer than a bus, but you get your first stunning views of Venice from the water. The fastest and the most convenient option is water taxi. It can take you directly to your hotel or the nearest dock, but expect to pay between €120 to €180, depending on your destination and the numbers of passengers. Our recommendation for most travelers, the bus combined with the Vaporetto offers the best balance between cost and convenience. We visit Venice in both summer and winter, and contrary to what many people think, Venice is crowded year-round. Don't expect to have St. Mark's Square to yourself in January. The biggest advantage of visiting in the winter isn't empty streets, it's usually lower hotel prices and slightly shorter lines. No matter when you visit, expect crowds around the main attraction. Let's talk about Murano, the island famous for its glass. Getting there it's easy, just take the Vaporetto for Venice and in about 20 minutes you arrive at Murano. One of the best things to do here is to watch the glass blowing demonstration, and yes, many workshops still offer them for free. But here the mistake many tourists make. As soon as you get off the ferry, you will find people directing visitors into a large glass showrooms. The demonstrations are impressive, but the prices inside can be very high. Instead, spend 10 minutes walking away from the main dock and exploring the smaller workshops. You also find beautiful handmade pieces at much more reasonable prices. And if you're planning to buy something, make sure it's real Murano glass. Ask where it was made and be careful of prices that seem too good to be true. unfortunately some shops still imported glasses that has nothing to do with Murano.
Glasses. And this is original Murano glass. Okay, made with handmade. Yes. Okay. For this cost 45.
If you're planning a trip to Venice, one island you shouldn't miss is Burano. Located about 45 minutes from Venice by Vaporetto, Burano is famous for its brightly colored houses lining the canals, creating some of the most photographic streets in all of Italy. Unlike Murano, which is known for its glassmaking, Burano is all about atmosphere, photography, and wandering through the colorful neighborhoods. It's also much quieter than the center of Venice and offers a glimpse into different sides of the life in the lagoon. Most visitors spend 2 to 4 hours here, which is usually enough time to explore the island, enjoy lunch, and take plenty of photos. If you're short on time and can choose only one island, we'll probably pick Burano. The colorful houses, peaceful canals, and unique character make it one of the highlights of any trip to Venice. We spent $720 for our hotel, including breakfast. For food, we average around €55 per meal for a couple. For transportation, we purchased Vaporetto passes, which cost us about €90 for 2 people for 3 days. We also used the airport bus, which is the cheapest way to get between Venice Polo Airport to the city. Don't forget to budget for the tourist tax charged by hotels, and if you're planning to visit attractions like St. Mark's Bell Towers or Dodge Palace, those costs can add up as well. Venice is definitely not a cheap destination, but with a little planning, especially by choosing the right hotel location and buying Vaporetto passes instead of single tickets, you can save surprising amount of money and avoid some expensive mistakes. Hope you like our video, and guys, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.